Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. Today is Wednesday evening and I have a product review package for you today. Now this is a cross-stitch product review package, as you could probably tell by the shape of it. And this one comes to me courtesy of VIPcrossstitch, which is a site that I do like to purchase from time to time, because they have all of the really big brand cross-stitch kits, including my favorites, which are Spring Brand #1 and Joy Sunday #2, and probably Yushu and Mona Lisa kind of tie for #3. But anyway, what I have here is a Spring Brand cross-stitch, and for any of you that like to collect the gnomes, this one may be for you. So like I said, this comes from VIPcrossstitch, and they've given me a pretty generous code for you guys, for a discount code, I believe. I will double check that and put it down below. Actually, I put it on the screen, hopefully right there, because I need to double check that. So you might want to check that out, because this month they have all sorts of good sales going on, and you can really make your money go far this time of year. So what do we have here? Well, you can already tell by this little leaf here. This is a 14 count Spring Brand, and the leaf symbol here means that this is the good Egyptian cotton that comes in these. So let's take a look at what we have. So I have been sort of collecting the dwarfs. I say sort of because I haven't bought them all. There are some that I'm not as interested in, and instead of trying to get a full collection, I'm trying to just pick the ones that I might actually do, because there's just too many out there. So this one is a newer one. I think there's a newer one that just came out that I've seen a few days ago, but this one is the sort of most recent new one, and this is called Peach Blossom Gnome. So it's a very springtime gnome there, with lots of flowers and cute little shoes and all the gnomey things. So this is a 14 count. I've been collecting my gnomes as 14 count. The very first one I bought was actually an 11 count, but it's huge. And I do prefer the little bit more reasonable size of the 14 count, because these have lots of colors, lots of details. And the bigger count you go, the more giant these become. So let's take a look at what we have inside. So Spring Brand has a nice resealable container, so you don't need your own project bag. And this is again the sign of a 14 count, which has the Egyptian cloth, or floss. Can't talk. So if you don't see that, it's probably the ecology floss. I really don't notice much of a difference. The Egyptian floss is treated, so it seems a little bit thinner, a little less fuzzy, but once you wash it, some of that treatment stuff comes off and it looks the same in the end. It just might make it easier to work with, especially for smaller counts like 14 and 16 and all that. So we have our floss cards here, and I can already see with 3 of these cards that we have a lot of colors. So I guess I can kind of look here and see 76 different colors. So we'll look at those in a minute. And then as usual, the Spring Brand canvases are protected in a clear plastic bag with the silica gel, but be careful with that stuff, because I know we had a dog that used to think that that was good to eat. Luckily we always caught it, but I'm very careful about throwing those away. So if you have little kids or pets around, make sure you know where that little bag goes. Then we have the instruction sheet here, which gives you everything you need to know about the number of strands to use, how to wash them, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at our pattern here. And this one, the pattern is part of the front cover, and it is stapled. They've been doing that a lot lately. I guess it's a little bit easier to staple than to try to bind them and all that good stuff. So we do have a pattern here. I'm not going to show all the details of the pattern, because there are some copyright issues with showing patterns online where people could potentially take a screenshot and all that stuff. But this one is a really big pattern, so showing just a portion of it shouldn't make a difference here. But you can see lots and lots of purple in there. So let's look at the details here. This is 277 stitches wide by high, so it's a square. And 14 count, that makes it, I already covered it up here. Usually the sizes for the different counts are on here. 14 count, here it is, 60 by 60 centimeters, so about the same size as the other ones in the set. They do make 16 count, but that's a little bit small for my eyes. 14 is really the limit, but mostly I do 11 count. It's just that they're so big. Okay, so at this we see lots and lots of colors on here. It looks like these are all full stitch through here, showing all 77 colors. And then we have some more over here. These are full stitch, but they are blended with 2 different colors mixed together here. So that's another 12 colors, if you think of it that way, as new colors with the 2 blended together, which would make 89 total colors in this. But I do enjoy the blended colors, and for a 14 count you just need 1 of each strand to make the 2. So it's nice even number there. So we have the symbols for those as well as the DMC numbers. I see no back stitch listed anywhere, so no special stitches, just all full cross stitch, which should make this nice and easy. And another thing I really like about Spring Brand is that you get the fabric symbol as well as your pattern symbol right next to each other. So sometimes for the smaller counts, some of those fabric symbols might be a little bit hard to make out, but you can look over here on your regular pattern, find the pattern symbol and cross match to double check to make sure you've got the right color. So I like that it shows both of them on here, and I know Joy Sunday has been doing that a lot lately as well. So you have a QR code, not sure where that leads, but you can find that out, as well as some other information there if you want to use Google Translate. I think that's all that we have for the pattern. The pattern is printed on this high gloss, really nice thick paper, and there is no pattern in the fold, so even if you fold and unfold this many times, it shouldn't mess with your pattern. So let's see what we have for the colors here. So Spring Brand, let's start at the beginning here. Comes on these floss cards, and they have 2 needles that are here attached by staple in a bag to your floss card. And this is colors number 1 through 30 here. You can see all the pretty purples. So if purple is your color, this one is definitely for you. So look at all those beautiful purples. And this is indeed the Egyptian cotton. That's a little bit better quality, so you can tell it looks just a little bit different at the ends. It's less fuzzy, so it doesn't fray, and it holds together much stronger than the other ones do, but it does start untwisting a little bit easier than the other colors do. So that's 1 through 30. Then here we have 31 through 60, and this is where a lot of the earth tones, the olive greens, the browns, and then also the pinks and grays come into play here with these colors. And then finally, on the last one here, we have 61 through 77. So these are the, looks like some mauve colors in here, some more purple, and some yellows and browns. So very, very nice colors. So we can stack them all together here and see if we can get a good view of how they're all gonna look together. Give it a little twist here, and hopefully you can see all the different colors blended together in there. Very, very nice. There's definitely a lot of these 3 colors here, 24, 25, and 26. I'm guessing a lot of that is going to come to play in the hat, I bet, as well as the shoes. So let's find out. So as usual with Spring Brand, these do come protected in the plastic bag, so that if there is any moisture, it doesn't have to be like rain or water from the ocean. If actually they fly in, I believe, but it doesn't have to be like liquid water. It can also be high humidity, which can often lead to moisture collecting and forming on cold nights on packaging and all that. So the packaging there with the little silica gel will help keep your canvas very, very dry. And this is still a big canvas. Oh, wow. Let's turn it right side up here. There we go. I tried to zoom out the camera a little bit to see if I could cover most of this in frame here, but it's still going to be difficult because this is pretty big. Again, 60 by 60 with almost 300 by 300 stitches, but the good news is it's a partial, which means the background is not stitched, so it's not quite as bad as it might first appear. But let's zoom in and look at that print. Spring brand printing is amazing. It is definitely much easier to read even in 14 count than some of the 11 count ones there. You see pretty clearly, you can make out the design. Now this is a little different than the last video I posted with a lot of those more budget-friendly kits where it was just a mishmash of colors and very difficult to make out anything, but you can see the jar, you can see his nose, you can see the ribbing here, the knitting on his hat, all the flowers, the shoes, and I guess that's a box holding some flowers there, like a little garden box, another flower there. And all the flowers on the hat there, so you can definitely make out the picture on this. And we do have the key around the side here, but if you put it in a frame, it's going to be hard to read your key code on the fabric, so that's where this chart comes into play, because you do have the symbols on here that match the fabric. So the first row matches the fabric, the second row matches the chart. So really, really pretty here. Of course, this is serged. All spring brand kits that I've had have been serged around the edges, and that goes in a couple rows, so you won't have any fraying around the edges. So if you take a long time to work on this and put it on various frames and all that, it won't come undone on the sides. So we do have the spring branding on here, the little tag, the 100-year anniversary, and the kit number there, 03263. But this one is called Peach Blossom Gnome, and I believe the price on this one, the regular price on VIPcrossstitch website, is a little under $22. I think it was like $21.90 something, $21.95, somewhere around there. But of course you won't be paying full price, so it's a really good deal for a kit this large and with this many colors of floss. So let's put the floss on here so we can see. I wish I could just snap my fingers and have it done, but that's not how this works. Because I think this one's going to be really cute. This one ranks up there right next to the beach gnome, I believe, as one of my favorites. And the one that just came out is an autumn gnome, but the colors looked pretty bright on it, kind of oranges and green colors, sunflower type flowers on it. It's still pretty floral, but it is more autumn colors. Now the ones that I don't have in my collection, I bought the sewing gnome, but I'm sending that one to my sister. And I didn't get the holiday ones. So the ones that have like the Valentine candy and the Mother's Day ones, those I didn't get. I gotta pick my limits somewhere, so I'm not as much into the holiday ones, but I think this one is going to be beautiful. Oh, and the cactus the succulent one is also one of my faves. So what do you think of this one? Are you collecting the gnomes? There are so many choices out there that I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Again, we'll take one more look here at how the canvas is printed. We do have a little bit of dark purple there right around the edges, but that does, it's pretty easy to read. Sometimes the really darker colors can saturate the canvas, but it's not really showing through too much to the back. You do see some hints of it back there, but still, I've never had any problem with the ink not washing out when that happens. But this will be a lot of fun. So this looks like a good springtime stitch, although we might have to start this one. This one might be a good one to look forward to for my trip in November, because I haven't started it yet, so it would be nice to have a new start on the trip and see how far I can go while I'm gone. So I'll show you the picture again. Let me fold this up here. And the picture is on the chart here. There we go. So thank you to VIPcrossstitch for sending this beautiful gnome to me. And check out their website, see if there's any good deals for you. And don't forget about my discount code, which you can find below. And I would never pay full price, because you don't have to. There are plenty of discount codes out there, so if you don't want to use mine, I bet you can find others. And they always have sales going on their website. They are pretty quick to ship. I got this one in just under 2 weeks, so I think they shipped it early in October, and I've actually had it sitting for about a week waiting for me to get to filming it. So I've had it just under 2 weeks when it arrived, so really quick shipping, and really happy with it. So thanks again to VIPcrossstitch, and we'll see what we can do with all these beautiful purple colors. So thank you for watching, and we'll have more videos for you later this week. If you like cross stitch or diamond painting content, please hit the like, subscribe button, all that good stuff, because I'm approaching 3,000 subscribers, which is just amazing. So I thank you for all the support, and we'll be back with more. Thank you.